Hey everyone, happy new moon, new moon of August 30th. I am going to draw you a one card reading from my Dark Mirror deck since it is the new moon, and explain to you what this card means. This is kind of like if you were to look in the mirror and look back at yourself, kind of like the side of yourself that you deny or refuse to accept on this new moon. And a little explanation before I delve into that is tonight is a new moon, and a dark moon is the moon before the new moon, when it's the darkest, usually on the new moon. Excuse me. Oh, that was weird. Usually on the new moon, it's already starting to wax. So tonight is a new moon. Well, actually, it was already the new moon around 3 a.m., but technically it's still the new moon. And the dark moon was before. Now, a black moon is the second new moon in 1 month, and we had that last month in July. We had 2 new moons, so the second new moon in July was called the black moon. So there is a difference between the dark, a black, and the new. And we usually get a new moon right after a full moon, a few weeks after. And the next moon is going to be full on Friday the 13th, and that's something to mark on your calendars. So, using my Dark Mirror deck, I already pre-shuffled, and I got, to save some time since basically I can't do this while holding the phone, Envious Gluttony. So I am going to read you the definition from the book and then give you my personal 2 cents of my intuition and what I think it means. So take a good look at that. I know there's quite a reflection. I have to use my light to kind of record this because it's in the dark. So, I'll get the thing. Give me a sec. I'll sit this down for a second. All right. Number 9. Number 9. All right. Sorry about that. Number 9 is Envious Gluttony. Moon phase is waxing gibbous. And stage is denial. I don't know if you can quite see that. Not very good. There we go. Going to the edge of the ravine. Savoring the idea of letting go all restraint. A visual seed. A man has rotting, sickly skin and yellow eyes. He dresses in tatters, and sticky blood runs down his chin. He has clawed feet and a crown of a skeleton alligator jaw. The upper part on his head, the lower part on his chest like a gaping mouth. There is hunger sleeping just under the surface, like an animal lurking. This card is not just dark, it is unpleasant, sickly disgusting. The difference in the how we feel in front of a vampire as opposed in front of writhing bugs. It's not an existential darkness that we can paint of romance, drama, and subtle anguish. It is raw, primal reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there is darkness, and in that black landscape, there's a hole leading to an even greater darkness, and that is the calling. The urge is pressed down every time, played with, toyed with, treated like something that doesn't belong here. It's like rolling in the mud, bringing out the twisted, refreshing feeling of demeaning oneself. The key is that we don't want to recognize the depth of the envy and the anger. We casted it out of ourselves, and now it's truly a parasitic monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, starved feeling? What if it's just a little thing, dark as tar indeed, but to be sorry of or not to be feared? So that's what the card means. Now, sorry, my cat's meowing because she's going back and forth. Harmony, now's not the time, kitty. So, what do you guys think of envious gluttony when you see it? Like, obviously, we know what envy is. To envy somebody, to be green with envy, to be sick with envy, means like you're jealous, basically, of someone that has something that you don't. And this guy looks very sick. So he's sick with envy and gluttony. So he wants more than what he already has. And obviously the big alligator jaws, meaning he wants to devour it all. Hold on a second. No, cat. Alright. Sorry about that. Oh, crap. I'm losing all my cards. They're falling. Why are you falling? That's not cool. Sorry, this is like the weirdest reading I've had to do. Cards. Anyway. Yeah, back to this. Number 9 also represents something that's not quite finished and probably never will be. Number 10 is usually number of completion. And see how the moon is still waxing. It's starting to wax anyway. Or it's not quite complete. And he's bloodied. He's like an animal that's never satisfied. Yeah. Human but animalistic. He has an animalistic hunger for more. He obviously doesn't get enough. So basically in this new moon, think about it. Do you ever feel envious of somebody? Do you ever feel like you want more than what you have? This would be a good lesson to like look on what you already have. Be grateful for what you already have. Don't be envious of others and what they have and what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have, because many people don't have some of the stuff that you do. Say you have clothes on your back, shelter over your head, food on your plate, food in your bellies. You have internet, you have TV, you have a phone, you have things that some people don't. Like a lot of homeless people don't. They may have a phone, but that's probably all they have, and the clothes on their back. They don't have a washing machine or anything like that. So if you have a lot of stuff, like everything I mentioned, if you have all the necessities, there's no reason to be envious of others. And gluttony is just always wanting more than you have. Envious is being jealous of what others have. Envious gluttony is basically being jealous and wanting more. So think about this on the new moon. Are you feeling this? I mean, this is the dark side. This is the dark side of the moon, the side of yourself that you want to deny. So think about that. This envy can make yourself look like a nasty person, make you look ugly. Are you begging for stuff that you shouldn't be begging for? Are you asking for more than what you need? Or are you grateful for what you already have? Let's see, look at him. See, this guy, he may be skinny, but look, he does have clothes on. He does have some sort of clothing on. I mean, he has this huge skull. He just looks, basically, this is how somebody would look if they were to, look how they feel. Not very pretty, obviously. So, yeah. It's not a good card. I mean, none of these cards are really positive cards, but you can turn them positive. It's just a dark side of ourselves we kind of deny. And it already says this is a denial card. So we deny that we're envious or gluttonous, or that we have envious gluttony. And I'm guilty of this myself. I have not necessarily gluttony, but envious of others, always wishing something else. And then I realized, hey, I got everything I need. I should actually be giving more of stuff that I don't need, like giving away things. So a test would be look at what you already have, and then look at what you have that you don't need and donate it or sell it. It doesn't matter. I mean, get money for it if you can. If not, donate it to people need it. That's how you can correct this dark side. I mean, accept it. Accept that it's a feeling that everybody gets from time to time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you continuously be like that, then you're going to start to look like an ugly monster like this picture. Not literally, but think about it. If you're always envious and always wanting more, when you have everything, your bills are paid for, you got a house, you got an apartment, you got a car to drive, you know, stuff like that. Of course, you know, we always want a little bit more than what we already have. But think about it. Do you pay your bills on time? I mean, do you at least pay most of your bills? Are you living in a house right now? You don't have to sell it. Do you have food on the table? Did you have 3 meals a day? Think about it. I mean, it's something to kind of mull over. It's not necessarily a, you know, yes, it seems like a negative thing, but accept the fact that you feel like this sometimes and realize that you don't always have to feel like this. And a good way, like I said, is to like kind of like make a pros and cons list. List all the pros of all the things you already have and the cons of what you don't have, and then like strike a balance. Like maybe save up for something you really want, or sell the things that you don't need anymore in order to get what you want. There's always a way to fix things like this. You don't always have to be this way. But yes, is it human nature to be envious and gluttonous? Yes, of course it is. We always have dark sides, and people think dark sides are evil. No, it's just, you know, it's just human nature. Lust is also human nature. I mean, envy, gluttony, if you want to call it the 7 deadly sins, which I don't really believe in, but hey, that's human nature too. So I hope that helped you. Gave you some good advice and what my intuition tells. The book kind of gives their definition, but I feel like mine was a little bit better explanation. Theirs was a little, I don't know, like a novel. But that's okay. It kind of gave me the basis for kind of going off the card and using my intuition. So hope that helps, and hope everyone enjoys their Labor Day weekend. Later.